Hey guys, it is Amy in the Crafty Cottage. Good morning. I hope everyone is doing well. Let me pull my shirt up. I am here with you today, and we are going to do something with the Mountain Air stamp set. I am in love with this stamp set. I love the mountains, and that is one of the features of North Carolina I'm very, very, very thrilled with. We like to go for hikes, and unfortunately I haven't figured out how to do a waterfall scene, but if you saw my blog post from this last week, it was a mountain scene with a lake in front of it. Beautiful, beautiful scene. So today I'm going to make another scene for you. It will also have a lake, but I'm going to do it from scratch, not with other stamps. So we're going to do a lot of inking and sponging, and we're going to have a lot of fun with this. So I hope most of you can join me today, and if you are here, please leave me a comment. I'm waiting a few extra minutes to get some folks on. I know a few of you said that you couldn't get here this morning, but you would be following me later in the day, so I hope you get a chance to watch this. And I have a couple of my customers who have purchased this stamp set and are equally in love with it just as much as I am, because it is so super simple. Yes, babe, I'm on live.
Goodbye.
Anyway, that was my husband. And as you can see, we both wore red. We've been married way too long. But that's okay. That's beside the point. Love him dearly, but sometimes he just... whatever. Anyway, we're going to do some Facebook Live. We're going to make a beautiful card. Actually, I will go ahead and... I did this one in purples. I don't know if you can really see it all that well. You'll see it better in the view when I turn the screen over. I did that in purples. Today we're going to do blues. You could probably do it in some oranges for Halloween. I actually consider doing oranges and a touch of purple on the outside, which would probably look really good for Halloween. But I'm not really a Halloween girl, and I'm more of the naturalist kind of person. So I'm going to go with the blue today because I knew what colors I wanted to use, and I didn't get a chance to try out the oranges. So we're going to go with that. I'm going to flip you over now that it's 10 o'clock, and if you get on and you're here, please tell me hello. I have you on my phone as well, so I can comment. Let me make sure it's there, because I had to text my husband as well, because my dogs, Dr. Pepper, which I call him Poophead, just so you know. Yes, I'm crazy. I call my dog Poophead. But he was sitting at the door, scratching at the door, trying to get in. And I'm like, no, dude, I'm doing a live. You can't be in. Trying to find. Let's see. Here, page. Maybe we'll find me that way. Ah, here we are. This way I can watch. Let's see. Turn the volume off because we don't need that. Okay. This way, if you're here, I can see your comments and I can respond to them. Probably won't text comments, but if I don't catch your comment while we're online, I will make sure that I send you a comment back. Let me get in here and give you the hostess code. It will be linked in this when I put it online. There is a new hostess code for this month. This month, let me get the ribbons I'm giving out. This month, I am going to be giving away, for orders of $35 or more, ribbons. One of them is going to be this beautiful denim ribbon, which I will show you these when we flip over. And the other one is going to be this pretty peacock and old olive ribbon. It's got a shimmer to it as well, and I will show you those when we flip over. But those are going to be your happies this month. And again, if you order anything over $100 as well, I will send you some card kits and a special video just for you to be able to make those card kits. Let's get on the flip side and get to creating some stuff. Nope, that didn't do it. There we go. Okay, here's the ribbons I'm going to be giving away. This is the old olive and pretty peacock ribbon. Pretty peacock on one side and old olive, and you see that shimmer? Let's see if we can get a little more light on that so you can see it. Oh, no, you can't have more light because my husband unplugged it. He's been using my office to study in when I have Alexander in the tiny house. So But that's the old olive. You can see it a little better down here with the shimmery part. And then we have the denim right here, the blue denim, which is really pretty as well. It looks like a pair of good old wonderful worn blue jeans. Now you will get one roll of those. I'm just going to stick my hands in there and grab and throw into a bag and mail them off to you after your orders. So that's what you get. I'm not going to have anybody picking because I don't want anybody arguing. And it is while my supplies last. So if you order, the sooner you order, the better your chances are of getting those happies. And if I do run out, I will probably just give a card kit or something. I don't know. I'll have something. Alright, so we're going to be using the Mountain Air stamp set. Okay? And really I have used nothing but this and ink for this particular card. Here is the purple card. This is just a card front. I haven't put it on a base. And for my sentiment, I am literally just going to cut something out with well written, or another die that has a word and just put the word on it, or even stamp. The thought I had when I saw this was, what was the sentiment? Let fear be better than your faith and ridiculously awesome stamp set, which I don't have yet. Or there was let go and let God, or just breathe would be another one. Just those calming. That's what this reminded me of, because you know God is a great creator of our universe, and for me this is just a way to show our universe and how beautiful it is. So oh, I do need to get my blends or inks here that we use, since I will be using white gel pen and a green Mossy Meadow or Garden Green Stampin' Up marker with this. You can even use shaded spruce, which would probably look good. I have all three of them here, just so we can check them out and see what they have. Okay, so let's get started. What you're going to need of course, your base, which I don't have right here. It is going to be 8 and a half by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. If you don't want to do that, you can use whatever card base you want, as long as it is 5.5 by 4 1/4 for your base. I have a piece of Whisper White. It measures 3 3/4, or no, it's just about 1/8 off of 4 and 1/8 off of 5.5. So it's like 3 7/8 and 5 and 2/8. And then we're going to have just a piece of basic black, and it's going to be just your 4 by 5 1/4. And then I haven't decided which blue I would like to go on the back, and this is 5 1/4 by 4 1/4. I don't know. This is Misty Moonlight, and this is Pacific Point. Once we get the card put together, I will check to see which one I like, because we're using both of those inks here, and we're using some Balmy Blue. You could switch and go to some darker colors. That's entirely up to you. I just like the way these look with that. I've seen it done with the Mountain stamp sets in other things, and I like the way it looks. So we're not even going to start with this. We're going to start with, I have a sticky right here, post-it note. You can use whatever you want. I have actually punched this out. I believe it's 2 1/4. Yeah, 2 1/4 circle punch. I punched it out of my masking stuff, and I'm literally just going to, you can see the cat hair in here. I gotta get it off. Okay, there. It's 2 1/4 punched, and I'm just gonna stick it here in the middle of my cardstock. Just gonna rub it here and make sure it's down really well. And you can see I've used it before because it's purple. This is supposed to be what Purple Posey looks like when it's dried, and that is not what Purple Posey is supposed to look like. So that is why they discontinued the color. I got the color when they were first putting them out because I was a demonstrator, and yeah, I am so with them on why they took it out, but it's a shame it got that far. So, and this is the stamp set. We're not going to use this right now at all. We're going to use this after we put a lot of color on this piece of paper. So set this to the side, and we're going to start with Balmy Blue. Now, the ones I use to do my blending, I prefer daubers, but I don't have enough daubers clean right now. As you can see, I have a mess of stuff to be cleaning because I've been doing a lot of ink playing. So we're going to use these. I like these, but I'm actually looking for the blends that have a little pen and brush. It'll be easier to maneuver. And I haven't done that yet. I haven't gotten them, haven't found them. And, well, you know, it just hasn't happened. So we're going to start with Balmy Blue. And we're going to just literally start, get some of your ink on your pad. And we're just going to start swirling this in. Start off the paper and swirling in, because you don't really want to get that line like that. But it's okay, it will blend out. So you're going to go off your paper and come on. Off your, yeah, I do better when I come in this way. So you're going to start off your paper and come on. And it's going to be light, and it's okay, because you can just add and add and add. Now I'm going to make sure I go over this circle here, because I want that moon to be nice and crisp. So I'm literally just going to do this all the way around my card. Now I am going to try to leave some light coloring right here along this. I'm going to imagine my horizon right here where the mountains are going to go, so that my mountains will have a little bit of that moon glow to them. So I'm just going to keep going and sponging this on till I get the consistency that I want. Now you're going to want this end lighter and this part darker, because you're thinking of the sunset or the moon glow, you know? Okay, I've got the top pretty done the way I want it, just with this color anyway. And I'm going to come in and I'm going to do the bottom. Now remember, this is going to be your lake, so you're going to want ink, and you're going to want that color to go right up to that moon as well. And remember, this is a light color, so it's okay for it to be kind of dark in some spots, because, you know, it is dark in some spots in the water. It could be deeper water. Now I'm going to do just a slight smidge over my moon here, but I don't want it to be very dark. So see how it's still really light, but you can see a little bit of color. Now that's just my blue. Now, my Balmy Blue anyway. Ooh, I gotta have a drink of water. My husband made me some eggs this morning, and there was lots of pepper on it. I had a peppercorn stick popping out of my tooth. Not good. Alright, so that's kind of the way we want it to look. That's good for the Balmy Blue. I'm gonna put that one up. Now you could, since we're going from lightest color to darkest color, you could use your same one. Now I don't do that though. I have extra sponges, so I'm going to use another sponge. I'm going to come back in now with my Pacific Point, and I'm going to blend some of this. Now I'm not going to go as deep into the moon. This area right here is going to stay this light. I'm not going to put any more to that. So I'm literally just coming in, and I'm just going to have a little bit around the edges. Just not a lot, but I want it to be a little darker than most people would, and I'm going to kind of dab it off because I don't want that much on there. And another thing that would be really good with this particular would be using the glycerin technique. Adding some glycerin from a block and adding it to your ink would probably be really helpful, because this would add and smooth it so much better. I'm going to have to find my glycerin and try that, because I think it would add so much more dimension and make that ink a little less splotchy. But I still think the way it comes out still looks absolutely natural, because nothing in nature is that perfect, you know? Because it just isn't, you know? God has not made everything picture perfect. He made us all unique, even nature. So I'm going to come off again, and I'm going to do the bottom. And I'm even going to do a little on this edge, not a whole lot, because this is my light part. And we're going to come in, and we're just going to blend. And hopefully, I'm sorry if I'm shaking everything. We're trying to find a new camera mount, but I don't know if that's going to happen right away. We're looking, we just haven't found what we want. I know a couple of people say to use different ones, and I'm just not there yet. Alright, so I'm going to leave it at that, and I'm going to go ahead and go to my next color. Now this next color doesn't use a lot of ink. We're not going to put a lot of this on at all. I'm going to use Misty Moonlight. Now you could use Night of Navy if you'd like. That would be just as good. And again, if you're here, leave me a comment. Okay, I'm going to come in here and I'm literally just going to smidge the edges. I mean, you could pick this up like a sponge dauber and do this way too, just to give that really deep color. But I don't think I want a little of this to smidge in because I want it to be really dark on this edge. Because it's midnight. And this color is going to go all the way around. But it's going to go very lightly on those sides where you have the moonlight shimmering off. And you just keep going in this motion and putting this down, making this edge really deep and rich and dark because it's Misty Moonlight. And I have a customer who texted me that, "Did you really like that color? I mean, is it an okay blue?" And I said, I do. I like it. I've used it for several different things. Oh, I must have had ink on my fingers. Uh-oh. Let's take some of this. This is the light one. I'm going to try to buff that out. But if not, we're going to put some birds over it, right? Okay. I'm just going to make this a little darker up here. I might even come in with that Pacific Point again and bring it down a little bit. Because I'm liking the bottom, but not the top so much. So let's put a little more of this in here. There we go. That looks better. And I don't know, to me that kind of looks like there might be a mist going on, an autumn mist going on, and like that, you know, creepy, scary, Halloween-y kind of thing. Yeah, that foggy look. Okay, we're done with sponging on the outside. We're going to put those sponges away. Might come back to using them a little bit. I don't know. I'm going to put birds right here to cover that up so it won't be a big deal. I have my long block now. Got long block here, and we're going to get out the stamp for the mountains. As you can see, my mountain set's really loved. Now we're going to use this one. It's been very, very loved. And we're going to just put this on here. And we're going to take off our moon. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? How full that moon is. Okay, I'm going to put this to the side. Now I'm going to use just, let's use Pacific Point for this part. And I'm going to stamp the moon in Pacific Point. I was thinking about getting the Stamparatus out instead, but this is okay. I'm going to go just like this. I mean, you can do it however you want. Now, when you place this, you want your, you know what? I think I'm going to get my little cover because you need a cover underneath this to stamp it. And see, I'm getting ink all over everything. Got ink on my moon, but that's okay. It'll look like a crater. And bats. So, you want to leave this so that you have a little bit of your moon here at the bottom. So I'm going to put this kind of like right here. But I just have to decide if I want to. Oh, now I see why I have moons. There, why I have it. We're going to go just like that. And I'm going to give it a good press because I don't have my Stamparatus here to go back over it. So I'm having to hope I get this good and right the first time. this is where the Stamparatus would be perfect. I could have this down and I wouldn't have to worry about it. Ha! We got it. Good. Okay. I'm going to move this out of the way because I won't need the mountain stamp again. I do need some more markers. Got more markers because we'll need to color in those mountains once they dry up. Okay, so we're going to let that be for a minute, let it rest. Look how pretty that looks already. It just looks phenomenal, that moon. Now we're going to take Pacific Point for our, we're going to make it our horizon. Let me take this off of here now. We don't need that again till we do our trees. I'm going to take Pacific Point. It's the same, whatever color you use for your mountains, you're going to take that color as well. And you're going to draw a horizon in there. Now you could use a ruler if you'd like. You don't have to. I'm going to be super inky by the time I'm done. So I'm just going to go to the edge of my mountains. Make sure my ruler is covering all the edge. And I'm going to put a horizon in. I'm literally just going to draw a line. Actually, that was a little too low, but that's okay. It'll fill in. You can just fill it in because, you know, horizons are not always perfectly straight. There. Now, I've got that line done. So now you've got your horizon and you've got your moon focusing on the water. And we're going to color in those mountains. Now, you could go with the same color out here that you use, the Balmy Blue, which is here. Or you could use a different color. I mean, I have this Seaside Spray, which I think looks really phenomenal with this misty mountain or the misty moonlight. I think they look really good together, but I chose to do the brighter colors because I'm a brights girl. I just love bright colors. And then we're just going to color in these mountains just to give them that look. See why it was okay that we had a little bit covering over here? Because you're still coloring in these mountains anyway. But the lighter it is over here on these edges, you're going to have that moon glow. And you're literally just going to come in here and you're going to color in your mountains. And go all the way to the edge. And I mean, I'm not being particular. Just coloring in everything so that you don't see any white anymore in the mountains. I mean, you could stop here. It's fabulous. But I want to put some more details. I want some trees and some birds, and you know, if I had a really small bat stamp set, I would probably put a few bats in here because, you know, it's the mountains and it's Halloween season, and just it can be kind of creepy if you want it to be. Alright. I'm going to go with this. There's a little bit of white peeking through, but I think that that's okay. You know, little moonlight hitting your mountains doesn't hurt anything. Alright, so there we're done with that. Now we're going to put in some trees. So we've got our trees. We need some trees. So I'm going to get my trees out. Now we have 2 tree stamps. We're going to use both of them. Now you could use the mountain here in this stamp set, or you could use the mountains, or you could even use these trees to go on there as well. But I kind of like the way the big tall trees look. And you could do several of them, and you don't have to just do one. I did cut out some black trees like this to put on there. I don't know how that's going to look. I think that's too big, so maybe if I cut them down to put on top. We'll see. We'll see how that's going to go. I don't know if I'm going to use them or not. I just thought I'd wing it a little bit today. So I'm looking for my block. Where did I put my block? I know I have several. I brought one over. Here it is. Okay. We're going to use these. Now I put mine on all cockamamie because, you know, I am a crooked little girl and it's okay. Now we're going to need our black foam again to be able to put these on. Now I'm going to use Memento ink. I think this is my new one. Let's double check these. Yeah, I think that's my new one. I need to write it in on that and like re-ink the other one. So I'm going to go full-fledged inking on this, but I'm going to try not to cover my stems because you're just going to have it sit right there on the edge. So it's going to be really hard to do, but that's okay. We're going to try to do it anyway. And I'm going to get enough ink on here. And this is where that Stamparatus would come in play. Because I'm going to go get the Stamparatus. Because it would be better, if we don't get it dark enough, we can restamp it. Alright, I got the Stamparatus. This is what we really need to do this project. Okay, we're going to put this down here. Let me move some of these inks out of the way. My table is getting a lot smaller, it seems. Alright. And I've got so much all over my and we need our foam mat in this too. Oh, don't have that foam mat. Looking for the foam mat. Don't know what happened to it because I've been playing and I haven't had a chance to clean up between the grandkids. Had to get out my spare because I've had my grand youngin' the last couple of days. And he has been kept me busy, and well, you know, keeping me busy is also keeping me insanely crazy. Alright, we've got this down. Now I'm going to wipe this off because, you know, I'm wasting ink here. Because I'm going to sit this back down, use my lovely chamois. Okay. So we're going to take this little guy and we're going to put him right where we want him. Just like that. There we go. And again, we're going to ink it up without trying to ink up our feet or our little, I can't even think this afternoon or this morning. I'm still not quite awake. You don't really want to ink up your, base of your tree. I can't think of what it's called. I'm just tree stump. It's not a stump, but it's a tree. Alright, we're going to just go right here. And if you do get your little tree stumps in there, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. We'll be able to hide that, which I did. Get them in there. It's alright. We'll be able to hide it. We'll just bring in some bushes and cover those up. And then we're going to go back. I'm going to cover this twice because I'm not quite pleased with the color of those. I don't think they're dark enough because this is a night scene. There you go. That is one tree. Now I'm going to wipe this off because we're going to put the other one on. Let's put the other one on here. We'll put the smaller one on. And we're going to go over to the middle so you have it like right in the middle of the sun. There you go. Just like that. And it won't matter if you put this one down again. It's okay. Here we go. Now we're just going to cover this one again, just like the other one. You want to try not to get your little tree stump or your base in there, but if you do, it's not the end of the world. It will just be another little attribute to your stamp and your picture. You'll make more embellishments, so to speak. You know, any boo-boo is a chance for an embellishment. Alright, now we've got our trees. Look how pretty. Alright, we're good with the trees. We don't need those anymore. Well, we do need the trees more, but we don't need them anymore in the Stamparatus. I'm going to wipe them off because I have to move them. Especially this little one. We're going to do something with this little one. We've got to get that reflection. Okay. Now I'm going to put the little one. I'm going to put the little one on my little block because I work easier with it. So you're going to take your stamp and you're going to just color the tips. You just want to go halfway. You're going to stamp off like that, and then you're just going to come back in here, and I need a piece of paper to cover that up. trying to get a piece of scrap, and well, it's not happening. Okay, so you know where it is, so you're going to want to just stamp like this. Ah, it didn't work. There we go. And it's literally just a little shadow that you're looking for. And we're going to do the same thing again on the other side. And I'm going to cover it up. And I'm going to go again. Gotta move that down. Just like this. And do the same thing again. Stamp it off. And then I'm just going to do a tiny bit over here so it gives me that dual look there, like that. So that's how you stamp your reverse image and making it look like a reflection. Now I'm done with the black ink for the moment. I'm going to cover it up or I will be black ink everywhere. Let me wipe this off. Got to get some more water on this because my air conditioner is definitely working and keeping this moisture out. And before long it will be uber dry here everywhere. Because we've got our first cold front coming sometime next week. Yay! I'm looking forward to that. It's been uber hot here. Okay, so now we have that finished. That's where I put that out of the way. So that's done. Now we're going to come in here, and I'm just going to leave it in my Stamparatus. I'm going to move this little piece for us. And I'm going to leave it here, and we're going to come in and draw with any green that you choose. We're going to make some, I mean, you could even do it with your basic black and just put some bushes in. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to do shaded spruce because, you know, it is the mountains, and I'm just going to come in here and draw. I know you won't be able to really see it, but we're going to put some mountains or some bushes. And you could even take another stamp set that we have. It's called Sending Sunshine. And it's got a little tiny mountain, baby mountain stamps. And you could put a few little baby mountains in here. But we can fix that. Like, see, you've got your little stems here. We're going to just color those in and make them look like trees. And it's just little lines that I'm doing like this. Like that. Okay? Just little lines all down here at the bottom. So we've got like bushes coming down and meeting like a little puddle of bushes in an island or so. And you could put more all along if you'd like. That's entirely up to you. I will put a few on here just to go continue out. And just go all along your mountains and put your little bushes and grass and make it look very natural. And then I'm going to take a white gel pen to go over that a little bit. To go over those greens just so you can see. I'm going to get my pen. My pen is sitting. And it does it. I have a really bad gel pen. I don't like this gel pen. I wish they made better gel pens. I'll have to get with my friend Rachel, who does great artwork with pens, and see what she's got. This gel pen does not work very well for me. I don't know whether it was the one Stampin' Up! Used to sell. It's called a Jelly Roll. And I'm not very crazy about it because it may be Jelly Roll, but it does not Jelly Roll very well over ink. So I'm just going to add some of this white to give it some contrast. Actually, I'm going to go, I have some other gel pens. Let's see if we have a white in this. I have a metallic, yellows, and there's a big pack of pens. Here's my big pack of pens. I also have this bad boy. I am never without markers. I got one of these sets and I accidentally ordered two. So me and my granddaughter got some gel pens. I'm going to try this one. This one seems to work a lot better. Okay, there we go. There we go. It's a little better. But again, writing on this ink paper, you can't really see it because I'm covering up some green. But if I did it on this black, you still can't see it. So I'm just going to go in here and put some more white. And there. We're just going to go with that. Okay. I'm going to be done with that. So we've got our little whites, and that's pretty much it. But I like to go in here with my, this is the Misty Moonlight, and I like to take the edge and just kind of daub some craters in here if I have enough ink on it, or even take a sponge dauber. Let's see if I have one of those in here. I do. I have one sponge dauber, and it's still really, really damp. I know I have a rag in here. Let's see if I can dry it out a little bit, because I definitely don't want to put wet on my project here. Would not be good. So we're not going to use that. So I'm going to take one of these, and then I'm going to take a little ink. Where did I put my blue? I'm going to take this Balmy Blue, and I'm going to dab just a little on the edges so we get just some craters in there. Not many, just a little bit of a shadow of it there. Just a little bit of that in your moon, so your moon gets a touch of color and it's not stark white. And now I'm going to take my birds and I'm going to stamp some birds in here. And the bird stamp comes right out of the same one, this little tiny stamp right here. You could add, you've got clouds in this stamp set, you could add some clouds to it. That wouldn't be bad. I also have the Sending Sunshine stamp set. I'll get that for you in a minute so you can see that. See how long we've been here. 34 minutes. We're not too bad. But the Sending Sunshine stamp has so many complimentary little stamps on this that it would be great. So, see, we've got these little lines over here. We're just going to put some birds. See? Now you can't even tell. And we're going to, I just have to have birds in the middle of my moon, because I think it looks cool. And maybe one more set close to the mountain. There you go. And another one high up there. There you go. That's good. And we're going to have those at the bottom, right? Because this is a scene. We're going to put those right there. And you stamp them off so that they're not exactly the same. And you're going to flip them upside down so that they're not the same, but they're the same, if that makes sense. And so we're just going to stamp these several times. Now there you go. Now we're going to take that marker again and the white gel pen, and we're literally going to put waves in here. We're going to just put some waves across our water, as long as the gel pen will wave for us. And you're just going to go across the whole thing, just draw you some lines, some waves, and go right over those trees. You know, it's the bottom of it. Okay, there you go. And now you see in this one we have these splotches. That is, I have some, what is this? That's clear, so the clear is not going to work. I have a white Wink Stella that I used. You could do this several ways. You could take your craft ink and dampen it and shake it off, or you could take, we're going to do craft ink. Let's see if I have my shimmer white. Where's my shimmer white? I have shimmer white paint, which would look really awesome in this with a water pen. I have, yes. I'm going to bring out some Alta New watercolors. I'm going to use this white right here, and I'm going to get it really wet. Now you could do the same thing with the shimmer white paint from Stampin' Up. Do you have ink or water in there? Trying to get it nice and wet. Now the shimmer paint with Stampin' Up, you could just put it on a block, and you could get it really, 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 put some on a block, and then just take your aqua painter and put it in there and get it thick and ready. And I'm going to actually put my little piece that I was using, and I'm going to cover part of this up, and you can see my splotches all over my Stamparatus, because, you know, I had it everywhere. I used a you're going to just do this. And hopefully it will work. This is new to use these for me, and it did not work very well. It's all over here, but not up there. There it goes. Get some more of that color. Now it will get all over your workstation, so be prepared for that. Now, you don't really see it all that much, but we're going to do the same thing. We're going to come over here, and we're going to get more of this paint. Now, like I said, I would probably not do this again. This was my first time. But, you know, you never learn and never do very well unless you experiment. And we're just doing this. Trying to get some of that white for starlights. Alright, I'm just going to let it be at that. And let's close this, put this out of the way. This is one of my other little playing tools. Okay, and then, now that we're done with that, you can come back in with your pen and you could put more dots. Just more little dots of color for effect. Just to give you some more clearly white dots. That's entirely, see, we got more on the bottom than we did on the top. So I'm going to put some more here. Alright, and that is the card. So let's let these dots dry up a bit and we'll start putting the base around. Now you could put a sentiment on this and it would look absolutely fabulous, and put it down here. I'm thinking something from, let's get that sunshine. It's got the greatest sentiments. Sending sunshine. This is one that I just did on my last blog. This is beautiful. It's got the inhale, exhale, enjoy, sending you sunshine. It's got some, these are the little mountains I was talking about. You could add those right in here to your edges. And then these are your clouds. At least I think they're clouds. I think they look really great. You could add a cloud or two in there and it would look just as fabulous. Now I'm going to take this and put it on basic black. And then let's get it on basic black. Let's see what we got here. I like glue to use. Stampin' Up! Is on back order for the Tombow glue, which I'm not real thrilled about, but not a whole lot I can do about that. So, I'm just going to put a little glue on the back of this. I'm kind of letting that white dry up, so I'm not going to press it very hard. It should be pretty dry. And this is hard to put on with black behind it. Don't know why I did that. I really need to move this before I press it down so I can make sure it's right. There we go. It is right. Very good. So I'm just going to kind of tap it into place. There we go. Now I need to figure out which color I want in the background. Do I want to do Misty Moonlight? Or do I want to do the Pacific Point and bring out those mountains? I don't know. I think I like the Misty Moonlight. Or we could do the inside of the mountain. Let's go see. See what some Balmy Blue might look like. That's not Balmy Blue. All my paper gets all stuck to each other and it doesn't work out so well. Yeah, I think it looks much better on the Balmy Blue. That's a personal choice. So we're going to cut the Balmy Blue at 5.5 by 4 1/4. Alright, and we're going to stick this right on here. And there's your card. That is your card front anyway. I need to change the blade on my Stamparatus. So I'm going to put this down. And I mean, I've seen this technique done by several different people. several different ways, but I know a lot of my customers have purchased this set, and I don't know that they've seen it. I don't know that they even know that it exists, so I thought I would bring it out there. And compliments to all those people that share all their ideas on Pinterest and Facebook and on the web itself, because like me, I get lost for ideas and need help. So there is our card. Oh, I didn't even think about these. Let's see if the trees work. What do you think? A black tree on top, maybe over here, add an extra tree, a dimensional tree, maybe? That wouldn't look bad. We'd have to cut it though. Like this. Do you like that? I don't think it looks bad at all. I kind of think I like it. There you go. I mean, you could do whatever you'd like to do. I'm not going to go fooling with that. I don't like fooling with a good thing. You know? Ooh, that does look good. I have to look at it from your perspective. So we could do this. It gives it lots of dimension. And there you have it. I'm going to stick those on there. And there you have your card. Now, I would probably put this sentiment in a black as well. And maybe, or maybe even a misty moonlight. And I would probably do it in the water or in the top. And then you could reverse it and put it in the water. So it could be the same. But isn't that just gorgeous? A beautiful moonlight setting. I hope you all enjoyed today's video. And please leave me some comments. Share and share and share and share away. Hi, Lynn. How are you? Hey, Connie. I see you guys. I'm going to wave back at you before I catch off. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day and staying safe and dry, because, you know, those damn storms had to go mess with everybody. At least their sanity for a while. So everyone have a wonderful day, and we'll see you all next time. Bye.